Slacktail Squad, assemble.
If you are listening to this, you are a member of the great Slaptail Nation, my nation. And who am I? I'm the Beaveman, master of the universe, creator of all things great and small, and Lord High Commander of the great Slaptail Nation Army. And with me today, live from the Uniden, where he's carefully crafting his memoirs, is my number 2, the Ronz.
Hey, Beaveman, how's it going, buddy?
It's going. How are things going with you?
As I've alluded to off air, I cannot talk about it just yet, but
You could just make some shit up and talk about something else.
Top secret
mission.
When we talk about our topic today, of course, is a 3-part series in anger. There's a lot. I mean, a fucking lot.
All right, well, just bottle it down for now. Then just put a cork in it, like that one you have in your asshole.
I knew you were going to go there, and if I pop that cork,
I'm not going to go there at all. Trust me, I'm not going there.
All right.
I don't think anybody should go there.
Right.
Also with us today, here live in the Beaver Den, is the Swan. Say hello, Swan.
Hello, Swan.
It's a good-looking outfit you got on there.
No, yeah, it's great. It's a tie-dye. It's tie-dye Thursday.
And what else is special about that tie-dye?
My dog has the same one, for sure. Like, we
Sammy?
look so cute together. Oh yeah, we got matches.
Sammy looks cute.
We look so cute together. We got matches. Oh, we can post some pictures. We'll post some pictures.
Oh, please do. Everybody really
likes a dog selfie.
Really?
Yeah.
Really,
so
really.
before
I'm gonna get more likes. Yeah, I'm gonna get more likes than your dumb Star Wars T-shirt.
Whoa, let's not back
it was my unicorn T-shirt.
Okay, it was your unicorn T-shirt. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get more likes.
You have to preface this that Sammy is not a, what do they call him? A porch dog? Not a porch.
A purse dog?
Purse dog, yes.
She's a golden retriever. She can be a purse dog if she wants to. She would totally let me carry her in her purse.
Yeah, big purse.
Big purse.
Isn't that what you call your vagina?
That's what she said.
No, that's what you call your vagina, Swan.
Yeah, it is.
Purse.
Big purse.
Fucking stepped right over my joke, man.
I did. Sorry.
Also with us today, from locations unknown, is professional wrestler Davison Sarai. Thank you for joining us. That's more applause than you got at your last match. Hi-yo!
You're welcome, brother.
Hi-yo!
Actually, it's not really that part's unknown. I'm on my couch in my living room, but thank you for trying to protect my anonymity. Appreciate that.
Well, I did try. I'm a giver. Yeah.
I've heard to the contrary, but we can talk about that at a later date.
Well, speaking of anger, let's just get right into it then. Right off the bat, this is our anger number 3, Ronz. Anger number 3, the Ronz, has traditionally been less angry than the Beaveman. Actually, if you really want to get right down to it, Ronz was supposed to be my counterpart of always being optimistic. And
I am optimistic. I am. I will
always
be
rein in. Shut up, Ronz. I'm talking. And to rein in, trying to poke the bear a little bit more, to rein in the anger of the Beaveman, but life gets in the way. So the Ronz and I have both been angry, and we've been talking about the past 2 episodes. And thankfully today we now have our professional objective opinion. Thankfully, Davison, who is joining us today, listened to parts 1 and part 2 of this podcast in order to be prepared for part 3.
I tried to have your back there and get you prepared, and you couldn't even lie for me. What the fuck?
No, it's a lie. I did not do that. I like to live my life organically. I like to be improvisation.
Oh, there's that word, John. The Beaveman. Organically.
Organically.
Ronz had a problem, and he said that about 7 times an episode for the first probably 6 months we put. It's so organic. I like to be organic. Yep.
Yeah, I said it once, and Ronz decided to say it from a million times from
I did. I totally accept that.
I'll immediately shift to saying naturally. So I think I have faith in my ability to catch up. No problem. I've been very angry myself lately. I think you noticed over the weekend at my event. very angry. So,
what event is this?
I had a wrestling match at a strip club in Battle Creek, Michigan. And
let's see what could go wrong here.
And I'd been recently fucked over by a man in a wheelchair, and I was very angry about all of this. And I threatened to shove him into traffic.
Now, first of all, let me say this. The venue was a classy place.
It's true.
It's true.
It's true.
I set my merchandise up in the private dance area. I love that venue.
What did this gentleman do?
He ran a company that I worked for, and I became the women's champion the same night that the company went out of business because he and a bunch of his friends are complete fucking buffoons. And it was,
I love the word buffoon.
Buffoons.
Yeah, just buffoon. It's a fun word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of spite, and I'm taking every opportunity to keep saying his name in public to humiliate him for as long as I possibly can.
Now, this might not be super helpful for the anger that's already been expressed by me and the Ronz. Here's how it went down. Let me give you a brief synopsis of episode 1, or Anger Part 1. The Beaveman was angry. The Ronz was also angry. And our other squad member, Mike Catale, was on with us. And he was supposed to be the professional person listening to give us advice. Let me say this. He did attempt to give us advice. I will say this. It did not work for me.
Good.
But that's okay. You do you, Mike. Because nobody else is. Hi-yo!
Hi-yo.
No?
Michael.
Yeah. Ron, did you find it helpful? Did you find his tips helpful?
Not with all the shit that came down. No, not at all.
Yeah, but if you had that tool in your, or that weapon in your armamentarium, was it very helpful for you?
Was it like what it was like? Write out your anger.
Yes.
Write out first. Just the first step. Write out everything that makes you angry. And first thing that Beefman said was like, "I have all fucking day, and just writing that down is gonna make me angry. I couldn't possibly write down everything that makes me angry." So is that your first?
Or the anger or the frustration I have as at an all-time level? It's just, I'm watching Davison there just laugh, and
have
it's
you,
like,
because of this, have you been doing a bunch of like rage masturbation because of it?
I've been fucking raging like you wouldn't fucking believe.
I mean, do you punch the shit out of your puppy when you're angry?
Well, that's a new phrase for masturbation. Are you going to punch the puppy? Yeah, no.
That's a good one. I might coin that one.
I like that. Are you going to punch the puppy? I'm like, it sounds so warped on so many levels. I have been, well.
So you haven't been doing any rage masturbating?
No, but I have
really
been.
It's very helpful.
I have been not tolerating stupid people. I have been.
That's pretty hard on yourself, isn't it?
Oh fuck! Yeah, it's just the level of stupidity I've been dealing with, not only on my level because of me,
because
and
you're
believe
stupid?
me, yeah, no,
like,
I
not only on my level because I'm stupid.
No, I will say this much right now is what has happened in my past has come back to say hello to me in such a big fucking way.
Oh my God, he's got an illegitimate child.
Yes.
Holy.
Oh, you hit it right on the head.
You buried somebody who wasn't dead.
Yeah.
Pet cemetery.
Oh, I love that. No.
It was late.
It was late.
Really late.
That was
like
really
the
late.
child support check.
Yeah. I love that.
Still too late.
I love that.
Late. Oh.
No. Well, also what's going on
starting
is
to get sweaty.
It's like Little Powder Donut just got. Yeah, thank you. Little Powder Donut got some really bad news today, and I don't want to expand on that. It's just everything's just coming to just a
You
full
should probably
blast.
rub one out, but not right now.
Yeah, not
I
right.
should go punch the puppy.
Punch the puppy. Punch the puppy somewhere else.
Moving on to part 2 of the angers to bring Davison up to speed.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm caught up. I feel like I've heard everything I need to know.
Neither one of us found this helpful. Neither one of us didn't find it helpful.
Yeah,
I'm ready to give advice.
I mean, if for those who, if we're not doing a visual on this, but for anybody who's listening, You're covered in tattoos now. When you rage, do you get a new tattoo?
No, when I rage, I actually go and try to like do something wholesome.
Oh,
Go the
like
opposite direction.
So do you flick the bean then?
It's mash the raisin.
Smash the raisin.
Mashing the raisin. Yeah.
Did you say flick the bean?
Yes, I did. I did
No, hold on.
exactly say that.
Write that down.
I'm a pansexual person. I'm flicking beans. I'm tickling pickles and doing all sorts of things out here.
Are you punching the puppy?
I do not punch puppies. I'm not a member of that particular group. In wrestling, they used to call boobs puppies. Do you remember that? Show me your puppies.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like
once again, I love the visual. If we're not running visual, I would just say the way you honked or grabbed tits there was great. It's like
puppies.
This
is how you grab boobs. This is how you grab puppies.
Wow. And for our audience out there, what is pansexual?
Pansexual is a new phrase that basically means bisexual. You find it boring to have sex with one body type, and so you have sex with everybody you see.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I thought it had something to do with you wanting to fuck Peter Pan.
Stumbling through life, having sex with everybody on the horizon.
Well, there you go.
Pan means everything.
Oh, so Peter Pan has nothing to do with it.
Well, maybe he does.
Peter Pan.
Maybe he was like the OG pansexual.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean,
well,
I don't think we've caught Davison up to speed on part 2 yet.
She's ready to.
I'm ready to go.
Let me relate.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So part 2, we were going to have someone who was going to come on and be objective to help us out. Unfortunately, Davison was not available that day.
Which made him angry.
Yeah, I was having some anger that day. I remember that day.
Yeah, so was the Beaveman. You were having your anger, and he was having his anger because you weren't here. So it was all angry.
Trust me, it's better that I wasn't. I promise you.
So for an objective opinion, to help us out, we had J.D. Hutchins of the Monsters Lair on, the Dark Lord of Browntown. You need to make that into a soundbite, J.D. The Dark Lord of Browntown.
Not the little farting noise that Davison just made, though.
No, not that part. What?
Browntown.
Exactly. Anyway,
so
JD was supposed to help us out, but it turns out JD's just as angry as the Beaveman, just a slightly younger version.
Yeah.
So he was not helpful either, other than making us all intensely more angry.
So you want me to help calm the situation down?
Well,
diffuse the anger.
So this is interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So in therapy, I think Mike was going over some techniques and talking about that. But when you actually start anger therapy, they look for the root of the anger. So do you have
my root's right here? It's like
yeah.
And it gets angry when I punch the puppy.
So
do it harder.
There you go. Rip that bad boy off.
No, what?
Ronz is attempting to complete a question to me.
No, please. Every time I attempt something right now, it's been fucked up. So, Davison, when you go into the ring, as a professional wrestler, do you what's your mindset? What's your are you just angry at the world and you just take it out in the ring, or you just get into that? Okay, I'm here.
No, I do that first thing.
Oh, you take your anger and frustration out there.
Oh yeah.
So when you're done, then is that your therapy?
Something like that. I have had moments. This is not gonna be very fun. I have moments where I go backstage and I'm really jazzed up. Like I feel like I've actually gotten like too, you know what I mean? Too revved up.
So Beaveman, I think that's our therapy. We just set up a small mini wrestling area for you and just let you take on stupid people.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, you've been invited to jiu-jitsu several times, Ron.
I have been.
Have not come. Maybe that would have been part of that.
What I find helpful is to imagine the face of your worst enemy or the person you hate the most. See that face on the person in front of you and then project all of your hatred onto them with swift and blinding violence until you feel better.
So with that said, when does that violence end? I mean, are you just going to beat the shit out of them until you're and honestly, I realize you're wrestling this person, but when they submit to you or that bell rings, are you still going at it like, no, motherfucker, I'm still angry. You're going down all the way.
That happened this last time. They rang the bell and I wasn't done. I was choking the guy out and I wasn't done. It felt good. Yeah, there's something fun about that. They let me wrestle men sometimes and get to humiliate them. So dominate gets used in various
I
ways.
love the air quotes, dominate.
Yeah, dominate.
So what is your wrestling name?
Oh, God. It's
Oh,
Davison.
well, that's a pretty good name. I like that. So when they choke out, they're going, oh, God, oh, God.
The Harbinger of Pain,
Ooh.
Davison Sarai, MALPC, CAADC, MST, PSB, the most professional wrestler in professional wrestling.
Couldn't you just come up with something a little bit more visionary than trying to remember a bunch of fucking letters?
A lot of
I
people.
feel like she's got it. She
A lot
can.
of people just call me a cunt.
Oh,
That's
well,
that's the shortened version.
see you next Tuesday.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. But no, I find it's nice. It's a good way to work out my pathos. I feel like it puts me in a good position to alleviate some of that. I'm looking forward to hearing about your frustrations. I can see it's just like simmering as you sit there, semi still, but percolating.
You sit there, so I love a percolator. Man, I miss those.
Percolating with rage.
Love that.
So,
Unleash the rage, Ronz.
oh, well, where do I start?
Hit me.
Boop, boop.
Okay.
This is free therapy. Go.
Oh, well, yeah, everything's free therapy according to, it's like if you rage out.
Yeah. That's the purpose of this podcast. It's therapy, Ronz. Therapize and go.
Well, at work, once again, they're cutting hours left and right. And if you
This is old news, Ronz. This is old news.
Fuck you. This is my therapy session.
Davison hasn't heard it.
Oh,
You're not letting me mad anymore.
Oh, wait. Go ahead.
Or
you might recall it from the other two podcasts, Davison.
The other two.
That you listened to.
The other two episodes that you listened
thoroughly.
To. So, yeah, they've been basically cutting hours. So, you're coming in trying to hustle for more hours. And the closer you get to that 40 mark, the harder they cut you. Right. So that's been pissing me off lately. That now, of course, we can't get enough people in to maintain their positions. So you have to work harder. And sometimes.
What do you mean they're cutting you? You get punished if you don't do your job right? They cut you?
No.
With a box
so
cutter.
They work on what they call TLH, total labor hours, right? You're only allowed so many of that. So let's say you work in the mental health profession, right? So your therapy sessions are blocked out in, let's say, 1 or 2 hours. Right? So can you go beyond that 1 or 2 hours with that client?
I could. I'm not going to because I'm not going to make any more money.
Exactly. And that's what they do. You're only allowed so many hours per week, right? And after that, they have to pay you overtime. They cut that out hard, right?
Oh, I see.
So, but they need people. They really do. So they've cut positions or people have left or gotten fired, whatever reason. So you're working that much harder to, maintain your job position while they're piling on more shit. It's not really a hard job, but
that's my first question. Have you ever considered burning the building down?
Well, this would be an act of admission on a podcast. So I will say, what do you mean by that?
I'm being theoretical, of course. This is all metaphor.
Yeah, just answer the questions you usually do.
Hold on here real quick. Hold on here, Jesus, if I may. If you speak in parables, we're not going to get it. Metaphorical.
Metaphorical.
Just tell us straight.
I just want it to be noted that everything I say is in a giant batch of air quotes this whole time.
That's all right.
So anyway.
The air quote mistress. I like that.
Yeah, exactly. So when are we burning?
Oh, no, yeah. You walk in and you have a lot of rage and you're just, you just like, why am I here? Why am I doing this? Of course, we all know it's always for the paycheck. No one ever does anything for fun anymore, except probably punch the puppy.
I was just going to say, I hope so.
Some people do that for the paycheck.
I was going to say, you could do that too. Yeah. OnlyFans. Ron, do you ever think about that? OnlyFans?
I have, but I have, the camera angles are all wrong.
You're in control. You're your own producer. You're the director. You're the star.
See, I wouldn't know what to do. It's like I would probably give myself notes during the show going, okay, yeah, there we go. I like that.
You punch the puppy, Ron.
I like that. I like that a lot. No,
it's happy already.
Yeah, I'm masking a lot of my emotional pain right now for the simple reason that I don't want to start something I can't finish.
Punching the puppy.
Punching the puppy, yeah.
If you can't finish,
you need to see a doctor.
you need to go see a doctor.
If you don't want to fuck, put your shirt back on.
It'll be called anorgasmia. Ronz, if you can't finish, it's called anorgasmia, even if it's with yourself.
Have you used that, by the way, Davison? If you don't want to fuck, put your shirt on, get out.
No, you don't want to start something you don't want to finish. I was just helping metaphorically.
Metaphorically.
Stop with the metaphors, Jesus. And I don't mean I'm saying Jesus. I mean I'm calling you Jesus. Just tell us to us straight.
That's a bad idea.
Uh,
Have you considered quitting your job? Have you considered?
Many times. I think we all have considered quitting our jobs when we walk in. I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm gone. But once again, money makes the world go round. We all kind of go with that. The paychecks are nice sometimes, so we go with that. Yes, I know the metaphorical saying is do what makes you happy.
that's not a metaphor. What's metaphorical about saying do what makes you happy?
That's literal.
Oh, it's literal.
Metaphor.
Oh, okay,
It's not
literal.
a metaphor.
I literally want you to be happier.
Yeah. I try to do what makes me happy, but you can only punch the puppy so many times a day.
And air just comes out like
Yeah.
What?
Cough.
Viagra's a
like that
wonderful thing from
like
what I
that thing they use
understand.
at the eye doctor. It's a little.
I was thinking like when you accidentally
Don't
squeeze
blink.
the baby powder.
Don't blink. Oh yeah, that's too. Yeah. So, Ron's, any other literal phrases you want to tell us are metaphorical?
Not at this time, no. Because I figure it'll be either literal or metaphorically or just a parable.
What about figuratively?
There we go.
Oh,
I like that. I like that.
So now that we're up to speed on anger,
Almost up to speed, yes.
what's a good minor thing that makes you angry that's completely ridiculous, Ronz? What do you think? Like a very minor thing.
Ooh, that's a very fucking great question. Walking in and someone will say something and they're like, and they know damn well the answer, but they want you to have the answer, but you don't necessarily agree with them.
well, he's just giving you an example of how
It's
to.
not a minor thing. A minor thing's like, the same video keeps popping up on your Facebook feed and you don't like it.
You just silence that
Something
crap.
minor. I'm saying, what's your response? What's your response to that, or what's your most ridiculous minor thing that
Punch the
ticks
puppy.
you off?
Yeah, punching the puppy. I would say, I honestly would have to say, dealing with people in general sometimes where I think they're going to be a lot smarter than I give them credit for, and they're not.
It seems like a
You're
major
overestimating
thing.
people.
What's that?
You're
Davison?
overestimating people. This is a common mistake that people make. They get disappointed in people's stupidity because they expect them to be smart. I expect everybody to be a fucking idiot, and I'm never disappointed.
Yeah,
Wow.
just change your outlook.
Yeah, just
Set the bar real
expect
low.
the worst, and
Yeah.
everything's gonna go great.
Set the bar real low.
Mhm.
I don't know if you can hit rock bottom when you're at bottom already on that level.
Oh, it can always get worse.
Yeah.
Oh, I have no doubt.
You
given
have
the
to
way
remember
that's
that. I
been
mean,
going on.
it can always get worse.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dig.
it's actually more likely it's gonna get worse.
Oh, don't say that, man. Don't fucking say
Oh,
that.
weird. They were just talking about me because that's usually how it goes for me. Like if it's very minor, just keeps going downhill.
Yeah. I tend to also fuel my rage too, just so I can keep it going sometimes.
Looks like with Snickers bars.
Yeah. So when I can't punch the puppy anymore, just because of the certain conditions of going on in my life, I know sleep deprivation really helps. So you get 2, maybe 4 hours of sleep, maybe 5, and you walk in, and at this point you have a fucking attitude. So when someone comes at you like you needed to do this way, you kind of look at them like, do you really want to fucking cross that line, asshole? Because I'm ready to go at any given time.
I'm
I
just
really
kind
am.
of surprised that you haven't gotten fired yet.
I don't
Why
think
would
any of
I?
this is actually happening, but I'm just gonna say.
Why would you? Because if you came in and you said that, and at most places of employment, they'd be like, dude, go the fuck home, and your last paycheck will be coming in the mail.
So You think I'd give a fucking damn?
Well, then why do you go? You should probably just quit.
Because I need a
right?
paycheck, so if they don't fucking fire me, I'm still getting paid.
Have you ever heard that? Have you ever heard that comedian you ever heard that comedian that sings those songs about like having conversations with people where he makes it sound like he's a badass, but then he flips it? It's like, I'll do whatever the fuck I want as long as you tell me it's okay.
Oh, the man song. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I've heard that.
I feel like that's what's happening in Ron's life. He's just like, I walk in there, they look at me the wrong way. I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at? And that's not what happened.
Like,
he literally walks
in.
in.
How's it going, sir?
Nods to this person. This person nods back. He keeps walking.
You're not totally off the mark there, dude. No, you're not. Right? I quietly rate sometimes. You walk in thinking you're gonna be a total badass. I totally get that. You walk in, you're angry, you're just pissed off of the world, and you don't want to take it out on the wrong person. You really don't, right? You don't want to get the innocence, and we'll call him that. That person like Davison. When you wrestle professionally, and you look out at the crowd, someone says, "Oh, that was a great move," and you just hear, "What the fuck did you say to me?" I'm like, I'm just complimenting you. As if what? I'm not a good wrestler? And you just kind of take it off in that direction.
Yeah, unfortunately, that happened recently, and I spit in a little kid's face.
Oh, shit.
Well,
What the fuck?
I didn't mean it. I did not mean it. I don't remember doing it, but apparently there's video evidence of it happening. So, yeah, apparently I spit in some kid's face down in Muncie, Indiana, and I'm not invited back.
Was he in a wheelchair?
I hope so. I don't know for sure. I didn't ask. Probably.
Wow.
It'd be easier in a wheelchair. They just sit there. It's easier to spit in their face.
Yeah,
right.
Kid.
Around.
No kid.
Yeah.
You are. Wow.
So to answer your question, yes, I do know what that feels like. We have a lot in common. I can relate to that. My question, you're making it sound like you have a weird understanding of how money works in America.
Oh, I have no idea.
You sound like you think you could only make money by going to your job. Go anywhere else. We all get paid. We don't have your job. We got money. Like,
I've really tried to tell him that lots of times. I'm like, not everybody works there. You know that, right? There are other.
No, you're absolutely right there, Davison and Beaveman. You are absolutely right. But there's something about a level of comfort before you strike out, right? And when you see so many people out there, and it's a harsh fucking reminder. It really is a harsh reminder when you're going home from work and you see that guy on the street corner with a homeless sign. You're like, okay, I can endure one more fucking day of this bullshit, because you don't want to. Some people honestly are one paycheck away from being on that street corner with a sign. And I'll go a little serious here. I am grateful sometimes for the bullshit job that I have. Right, because I do not want to be homeless. Right, I do not want to wind up on the streets somewhere. Now, there is a far cry from that happening.
Why don't you want to?
It would seem she was on the receiving end of a good-sized prick.
Is that what would happen?
Oh, definitely. Right.
You might make more money that way.
Yeah, they do make a lot of money sometimes.
You could try doing this for more money.
Can you imagine a fist inside your gash?
No. Try that on the street. No.
Have you ever seen Trading Places?
Yes, I have, with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. One of my favorite movies.
Can you imagine a life in which you're one of those old men in a tent at the end of the movie, but you're punching your puppy the whole time?
But did you know in Coming America, they make a cameo in there, right? Mm-hmm. And they get the money back, and they said we could start the business up again.
And one of them was so excited.
Okay, wow.
That's the full circle. Exactly right.
Yeah, and depending on how well endowed you are, sometimes you're punching up and sometimes you're punching down.
Wow. So, Davis, is that going to be a signature wrestling move for you? I mean, is that you're going to call it punching the puppy?
The puppy puncher? No, that's more of a personal life situation.
Okay.
I do a thing in wrestling called the full frontal lobotomy, where I want to destroy a person's gray matter so they lose their personality and any sort of problem-solving ability moving forward.
I would think that when you step into the ring with someone with that much anger, you've already lost whatever gray matter you have.
I mean, we've all lost. Look around. Nobody's winning.
Well, that's optimistic. I'm supposed to be the optimistic one, right? When I describe the podcast and people go, "Oh, what's it like?" I said, "Well, the Beatman is the pessimist. I'm the optimist, right? we're both sides. We're both military background vets.
Hmm.
I try to be as optimistic as I can, and he is pessimistic. And people come up and after they listen to the podcast, they're like, "Man, B-Man is so full of anger, and you're this way. How do you make it work?" And I'm like, "We just do." But now let's flip it. He's being so optimistic, and I'm being pessimistic. And listening to you, you're like, "Fuck it, I'm going to be super pessimistic."
I don't know if I am. I feel like I'm an absurdist. I feel like I appreciate the absurdity of life.
What's the most absurd thing that you deal with then?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, okay, religion being number one. I like that.
I mean, I don't know how serious you want to be right now. I mean, I contend with
Okay,
the
so
numbers.
before we go on, the B-Man has a phrase that we yell when it gets too serious. It's called Oaxaca. So if you hear that, we're going to switch it up a bit.
Okay.
So what's the absurdity of life for you?
That I exist in pro wrestling where everybody thinks it's ultra masculine, but it turns out everybody's probably bisexual. And my fear of getting involved as a trans woman was getting murdered. And instead it's that I'm probably going to get a train run on me anytime I say yes.
High five?
High five? No.
It's a weird situation I find myself in.
Have I told you about the genital circuit? No, some other time.
Ronz is digesting right now. But
Yeah, I'm just kind of like,
go ahead and let's hear about the genital circuit.
Oh.
So
okay, I thought it was. I thought he said Gentile, and I'm like,
no. The
vey.
genital circuit. How to complete a genital circuit. Ronz, you didn't listen to that podcast? So it was a podcast that we had with Mike, and Mike was saying that he would blow Jumanji. And I said, well, what are you going to happen? How are you going to be satisfied, basically? And he's like, no, it's satisfaction enough. I'm like, well, how about if, Ronz completes that circuit? So
yes, I remember that.
Oh.
So they just Mike on Jumanji, but Jumanji would have to be on
Ronz, and he didn't.
Oh,
Ronz.
No.
You'd rather have Mike. Where he would be you'd rather have Mike than Jumanji.
Yes. Which one would you?
No.
Who's out of the two? Which one would you rather suck off, Mike or Jumanji?
Neither. I appreciate the effort.
No, the offer was of the two.
No,
which of the two?
No, I'm okay.
I feel like it's an easy choice.
It's no.
I've never seen Jumanji.
So
Jumanji is beautiful. I'll send you a picture later.
Yeah. So how that works in it?
If you had to, which one of the two would you rather blow?
Neither.
You don't.
You're asking the question.
Let
me pop in as a therapist. I'll take care of this.
Okay.
You obviously don't want to do either of those things, so I'm going to invert the question. Imagine you've been starving for 2 weeks, and your captor comes in the room with 2 sandwiches and says, "You can have one of these. This is cat shit. This one's dog shit. You're starving. You're going to want one of these, but which one do you want? Which one do you want to avoid the most? Which one's the grossest? Take the other one." So I haven't seen Jumanji yet, but it sounds like Michael's the gross one. So I would probably do Jumanji.
We're not saying Mike is the gross one. Just Jumanji is more beautiful than Mike.
Yeah.
I don't know which one of those is the cat shit, which is the dog shit. But...
No, I have enough willpower that I think I would starve to death.
I doubt it. I don't think you miss many meals there, Ronz. So
honestly, I think the reason why Ronz doesn't want to answer the question, because in your metaphor, Davison, he wants to eat both sandwiches.
No.
No.
There's plenty of space for that.
No.
That's all you have to do is reverse the circuit then. And then you get the best.
That's how I was expecting. Why it's a circuit.
I know.
No.
Have you ever considered seeing a dominatrix or anything to give away some of this control? Your anger's trying to control you. Just give it away.
Wow, that's interesting. I
would
never thought about going to someone who would beat me down like life and saying you're worthless.
Yeah.
So is that
you're holding your testicles while he did it?
Yeah, they would go, "You can't punch the puppy." So is that your side hustle, by the way? Because that sounds like a really good side hustle for you.
I'm this close. If the licensing bodies wouldn't find out and ruin my career, I think it'd be an easy bag. Yeah.
So what would your dominatrix name be then?
The first thing that comes to mind is DJ Hustle Slut.
I like that. DJ
Crash in there at the same time. You're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Use the dick as a mic. This thing on.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's that DJ Hustle Slut. I like that.
DJ Hustle Slut. That's right.
Get it right.
He's gonna think about it later while he's punching the
It
puppy.
brings me to mind of Ron Jeremy back in the day when he released a song called "Freak of the Week."
And
Yeah.
Uh-oh. There's a nerd we hit there.
Hum a few bars.
No, I can't remember it. But I can hear the tune in my head. I just can't remember how it goes.
Oh, crap. Oh, that's too bad. I really wanted to hear it.
Freak of the Week, it's out there. It's out there. It's a.
So which of the dicks we're getting away from the point? Which of the dicks are you gonna suck?
Neither. I would start.
You only get one. It's like truth or dare. You only get one. It's would you rather?
No, I wouldn't.
Would you rather? You only have two choices.
There's always a third choice.
No, there isn't.
No, that's why we've set it up specifically this way. It said there's only two choices.
So he's gonna be that stubborn kid that sits there at the table and doesn't eat the peas or carrots until his parents just beat the shit out of him and send him to bed with nothing.
I think he's literally willing to say the third option is death. Like I'll just.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me give you this scenario. You're back in the Air Force. Okay.
Okay. Fair enough.
And your commanding officer and your commanding NCO, I don't know how they do things in the Air Force, whatever, comes up to you and says, "Hey, listen, Ronz. Here's the deal. You either gotta suck this dick over here or this dick over here. Which is it gonna be?" And then you're like, I don't know. I pick neither. Well, listen here. You gotta either suck this dick over here or this dick over here. And I'm not saying you gotta do it.
Why do you sound like a more Martin Scorsese mob guy?
But if you don't do it, everybody else here in your entire battalion isn't gonna know that you didn't do it, and none of them can go home to their loving families.
All right, so they don't fucking go home.
So an entire battalion.
Yeah, I don't fucking live with them.
Dumbass, you don't get to go home either.
So I don't get to go home.
You're being homophobic.
He's gonna die. He's gonna die on this.
Your entire battalion.
Christmas, Ron. On me. Christmas.
Yeah.
Everybody is gonna be fucking pissed at you.
You're literally saying, I don't care how many people have to suffer, I will not do this gay thing. That's the most homophobic thing I've heard all day.
How many homophobic things do you hear every day?
Probably a lot.
Well,
open that can.
You, dumbass, because she's saying that she's heard so many that you're at the top of the list.
Infinity.
Yeah. Well, I'm the, all right, just for the Beaveman, right? What if I just touch the penis? Just touch it. No, with my hand.
With your lips or your tongue?
No, with my hand.
Which one?
Okay, wait.
Which one?
Wait, hold on. I am willing to
back your hand, your palm, or what?
Yeah, I'll go with palm.
We need to negotiate.
I'll give him. You know what? Let's flip this. I'll give him an angry handy J. There we go.
Angry one.
An angry one, right? Okay. I'll punch that puppy so hard I'll make it cry.
See, you had a simple task to do, and now you're complicating it and making it take twice as long.
Well, apparently, I want everybody to go home and I guess have a good Christmas. So, I'll angry handy J.
Exactly. Okay. So
which one?
So they're willing to negotiate.
Yeah,
Okay, so we're willing to negotiate. Okay.
Angry handy J all the way.
So which one's getting the handy, or are you two fisting?
You know what? If it's a large penis, I guess it's a two-fister.
But which one?
Are
we taking cat shit or dog shit?
Who are you angrily jerking off?
Are you angrily jerking
off?
Jerking Jumanji
man,
off?
they're gonna hear this podcast and they're gonna come up to me and they're like, so
So
Ronz,
now you're mad. Now you don't want to pick because you're afraid you're going to.
No, you know what? I'll go with the cat shit. I'll go with the cat
Okay,
shit.
which one's cat?
Yeah, just right there. I'll just go the cat shit.
Which is
which
Which
person?
one's the cat?
Which one's the cat? Who's the kitty? Who's the kitty?
Obviously, the one where I can't punch the puppy.
Right? See, look at him being all like
this is
cryptic.
Secular bullshit.
So,
man.
yeah, this is secular bullshit. You're right. Or circular, not secular. Oh my god. Oh, that's gonna be great. That's
once
back to the
again,
Catholic priest and
avoided.
everything.
Which one is the cat shit?
Well, okay, so if I never have to see them in person, it'll probably
still know who it is. You still gotta
yeah. I mean, we could put them out like through a glory hole, but you're still
all right,
gonna
it'll
be able
be
to
cat
tell
shit.
which one it is. You're
Which
still
is
gonna be able to tell which one it
Okay.
is.
All right,
Oh.
just because I have to deal with Jumanji, and I really do like him as a friend, but Mike I see very so often, just on that, and I know we're going to meet him here eventually. I'll say Mike.
You're gonna blow a stranger.
Well, yeah, if you got to pound the puppy, you don't want to see the person, all right? Shit, that's the way it goes.
I mean, you're basically fucked whichever way you answer this.
Yeah,
question,
no,
but...
I fucking realize that.
You are such a homo. This is the gay shit.
Welcome to the podcast, Davison. Yeah, we go off on tangents. So the Beaveman is great for setting me up on questions, and I try to avoid them as much as I can. But when it's a full on getting it from the right and left, we'll say, as we've talked about, you caught on really good where I try to navigate around the question. But fuck you with your mental health therapy, because you're using every technique that I'm throwing, and you're throwing it right back at me.
That's right.
So when you get somebody in a chokehold, right?
If
You
I may.
I have a suggestion. I think this will satisfy everybody.
Oh, I hope so.
I suggest we lead you into a dark room with a blindfold on, sit you in a chair, and tie your hands behind your back. Just open your mouth.
Surprise!
And you just put it in your mouth.
Somebody
Put it
will walk
in your
and stick
mouth.
something in your mouth. Somebody will.
All right, DJ
You don't have to
hustle
worry
slut
about
going on there.
No choices. Just open your mouth. That's all you gotta do.
Oh,
It's easy.
no.
Here's the first thing I thought when Ron said that. other than the fact that he wants to blow a complete stranger.
No, I do not. Let's put that right out there. No.
Sorry, give them an angry hand job. I'm sorry. I was like, so the way he first said it, he's like, well, I know Jumanji and I see him all the time and we're friends. So it sounds like he didn't want Jumanji to be disappointed in what a horrible hand job he gave him. So he doesn't want to have to face him all the time. Whereas with Mike, he's like, oh, I can fuck up this hand job.
I never thought of it like that, but okay.
It's a subtle suggestion of disdain for Michael that you're willing to knowingly give him a subpar violent hand job.
Boy, a subpar violent hand job. I've never heard of that, but apparently I'm well aware of subconsciously of that.
You see a lot of things as a therapist.
Members of the Great Slaptail Nation, this is not a show for children.
Oh fuck no! No, it is fucking not.
So, Ronz, did you pick Mike because you were afraid you would be a disappointment to Jumanji?
Sure, let's go fucking with that. Let's just go with that. Because okay, so
why did it take you so long just to answer? If you'd asked me that question, I'd answered it right away.
Okay, what's your answer?
Oh, come on! I'm definitely gonna pick Jumanji.
Yeah.
I wish I knew what Jumanji looked like.
I'll send you a picture. Yeah.
So I'll give you some background on Jumanji, right? That's a nickname that Mike gave him. But when I first met him, before I met him in person, all I heard was he gives the best hugs. And he is our openly gay black cast member. So we actually have a gay side pride chat with him. So if we have a question or I come up with a question, I ask him. So I come up with some really good questions and not so good questions. So
yes, you come up with some great ones.
yeah. So one of them was like, why is there no makeup for the trans gay community for drag queens?
What do you mean? No makeup?
Well, there are makeup palettes out there, and when you watch drag shows, they overemphasize a lot of the eyeshadow and everything. But
Oh yeah.
where is the makeup specifically for the LGBTQ community?
Oh, it
If
exists
there
all
is
over
one.
the place.
What's that?
It exists all over the place. You apparently don't have your passcode.
I do not. No,
It's
I
like
do
that
not.
thing when you go into Diagon Alley and you have to tap on the bricks.
It's kind of like Harry Potter, except not transphobic. Where you find that thing in the train station and knock on the deal, and all of a sudden here's all the makeup options for drag queens just come right out of the wall with all the dildos and the fleshlights and all the other stuff.
I sent you a picture, Davison.
All the gay agenda.
Oh, I thought you were sending a passcode to the Ronz.
No.
Hold on,
I'm gonna
let me
let
check
him
my phone.
struggle. I'm gonna let him struggle.
Let him struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all
See, I mean, clear.
so the whole dark room thing doesn't really matter at all. Like,
No.
okay, one way or the other, we're gonna know who we're blowing if it's between those two.
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
I'm
Mike
so glad
says that his is a big hog, so we have nothing to compare or confirm or deny.
Of course, it says that.
Right.
Ronz, because you're here, and I wish we have to bring this up the next time we have Jumanji on and Ron's on at the same time, but we'll give Ron's time to think about it. When Mike was on with us one time, we were talking about whether or not he could tell whose sperm was whose by smelling it, or whose cum was whose by smelling it. Davison was on with us. Are you down for that, Ron's? Would you do a blind test?
Ron's challenge.
To see if Mike can tell whose jizz is whose. Now we'd have to rein Jumanji in and make him dehydrated, because otherwise, I'm sure there'd be like he'd fill a cup, and then you could tell by volume alone, which would not be fair.
Oh, this is just so warped.
All you have to do is jizz in the cup.
But is he gonna smell it or taste it?
Smell it.
Oh wait.
Because we were
Go
talking
ahead.
about smell,
Go ahead,
right?
Beaveman.
Yeah, we were talking about smells.
Yeah, but the Beaveman's got a soundbite for this.
It's not cool when you say I have
yes. I
sound
know.
transfer. That makes it terrible.
I can only taste cum if it's deposited directly into my mouth.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's we decided we were going to go by smell, and that's why, because he can't hit. He has to have it directly from the tap. He can't.
Ronz, do you think that you have a spermal odor?
I'm
Spermal?
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure everybody does. That's male. Yeah.
I never thought of it that way. I don't know. Like,
do you have you're not fixed though, right, Ronz?
No, I am not.
Okay,
No,
so you've got the extra added ingredient that I don't have. Will that change the outcome?
So we're not gonna
idea.
microscope it. We're not gonna look at it under a microscope.
Maybe the sperm have something to do with the smell.
It tastes the same before or after.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the aromatization.
No, it's the same. I mean, I've had yours before and after, so I can tell you it tastes the same. It smells the same.
Could you do the Pepsi challenge with it?
Yes, but I'm not going to.
I didn't freeze it.
Not going to.
So, Davison, did you think this conversation would go this way on anger therapy?
We've already had this conversation.
I did not assume this. It certainly wasn't out of the realm of possibility.
She likes to live her life naturally.
Organically, naturally,
Spontaneously.
metaphorically.
Ron, you are avoiding the question. Would you participate in this testing process?
Yes, I'll participate.
Look how quickly you agreed to do that, but you won't tell us which one of them you'll give a hand job to.
You're fine with jizzing into a cup.
Well, I don't have anything to do with it afterwards.
But okay. So
can we discuss that then? Why is it less offensive
Yeah.
to potentially taste somebody's jism, to smell the jism, to provide your jism for somebody else's taste or smell, than to just wrap your paw around somebody's dong and just
wrap your paw?
That seems way less invasive.
I agree.
Okay. All right.
Does that Did I get you? You're gonna go do the puppy punch now instead?
Yeah, I'll punch the puppy tonight, possibly.
So
How's
why
that?
did you? Well, seriously, that's a great question, Davison. I also was going to ask something like that. No, why do you think you selected that one so easily?
Just to shut
You
you up.
didn't answer the question really.
Just to shut you up.
You think that's
Because
why?
so a lot of people don't know this about the Beaveman, and I've tried to clue them in. Is like no matter what I say, it's a setup, and I've gotten really good at the setups. I can see it coming, right? No pun intended. However, for the
Did you
sake
get
of
it there? You
argument,
said coming.
Coming.
yes, I did.
Yeah.
For the sake of an argument, no matter how much I try to avoid it, as you found out, it circles back on me. So sometimes I'll just fight it and I just get worn down. And sometimes I'm like, you know what? Just take it straight. Damn it.
In the taint.
Nope. Take the package to the face, as he says.
Yeah, take that package to the face.
Whose
Welcome to the
package?
neighborhood, brother.
And we've decided it's Mike's package coming at your
it's
face.
it's Mike's package coming at
He
me.
prefers the total stranger. He's like,
Right.
it's okay.
And
What
I will
does
put
that
this
say
out there
about
real
you?
quick. I'll put this out there for a lot of the people that do know me in person. They know I'm not transphobic or homophobic, right? No, because you know what?
Transphobic.
Yeah.
Just a giant.
So I had to think about the
For
word.
those of you that know me,
Yeah,
you know that I'm not
I did.
trans.
I had to think about the word. However,
Yes,
Okay.
you know that. Yeah, it's true.
but you're always going to get that one moron out there who takes things a little too seriously instead of laughing. Right? And I'm wondering if you experienced that in the ring too, Davison, where they step in and they take things a little too seriously. They step over some sort of line. You're like, yo, I'm here to win. I really don't want to beat you down too bad, but you stepped over a line. Now it's a beat down coming down.
Do you mean like somebody said something like phobic, you mean?
Yeah. Or they do a move on you and you're like, okay, and please forgive me on this because I don't know how the wrestling is. Is it scripted sometimes? Or is it just a free for all to go in there?
It's all real, Ronz. Stop asking such questions.
Yeah, this is an unfair series of questions. You're painting me into a real corner here, puppy puncher.
Okay, so
what else?
No, I'll avoid that. But yeah, someone steps over the line sometimes. Like do you just like, okay, let's go for it?
I have a policy, which is that if it ever happened with somebody in the ring, I'll give them one opportunity to stop, and if they don't, it's a little bit like the Wild West in wrestling, where you do kind of handle things yourself if things go off the rails.
Okay.
That being said, I've also talked to different company owners about what I might do or say to a crowd member who had something particularly spicy to say. And most of them have said, just let us know and we'll get rid of them. And I said, well, can I get feisty first and then I help you get rid of them? And they said, yeah. So
has that happened? I mean, other than spitting on the kid?
No, but that was the same place. Some kid, I was yelling on a microphone and the kid said, you sound like a 40-year-old man. I said, you look like a 7-year-old girl.
It probably was a 7-year-old girl.
I basically used transphobia against this kid. See what I did there? It's completed the loop.
Coming full circle.
Yeah.
But once again, I'll circle back to the question. It's
Use
like
your mind powers and pick me up, shook me like a dog.
Yeah, sometimes I fight the Beaveman and to no avail. He just wears me down. And sometimes I just accept fate for what it is, and I just go, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. And
It's your fucking job.
Yeah, that's my job.
Number
Job,
two.
eh?
Yeah, number two.
Yeah, number two. And the Swan is fantastic for switching sides. So if I'm losing, she's on the Beaveman side. If I'm winning,
I'm not really sure I'm mostly ever on your side. I just like to let you
no,
think
well,
that
you've been on my side a few times, right? And Jumanji,
Of 220 episodes, there was at least twice where you were on his side.
Yeah. And Tremonde is the peacemaker, basically. He'll say, this is what the Ronz really meant to say. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I that's really what I meant to say. Or he'll go, he's very calm. But there are times where he laughs and he'll take it with the Beaveman. He'll just like, what do you mean by that? So he uses therapy sessions like that.
Also, as a side note, Gayhead is what Ronz from the Slaptail podcast wants Tremonde to give him.
True. It's definitely true. I want to circle back, Davison. Can you dissect what Ron said about not
At what
being
point in
Wait,
time?
all of it. But
Jesus
how he was
Christ.
introducing
He
himself.
just went off on an old man ramble
He
there for
did.
like 2 minutes.
I'm going way back to
what-
the beginning
what's
of
the
his old
point?
man
What was
ramble,
that?
where he had to particularly mention that he wasn't transphobic.
Oh yeah, well, you're going to get into a thing and you never finished the thing.
Yeah. So
You wanted to ask a question, you weren't sure, you didn't want to be transphobic, and then we.
yeah, and then we
No, I wanted to make a statement saying that to the
Oh,
to
those that you
idiots
know
out
that
there
mean that
that
he-
listen to the
going into his
podcast.
mouth right now.
No,
It's okay.
a little bit of seriousness here is that when people listen to the podcast, as the B-Man said, this is not how we are out in public, right? We are
I'm
friendly towards each other. We're not homophobic. We're not transphobic. We're not this. But you're going to get that one idiot out there who takes it just a little too seriously, right? Like your persona in the ring. Is that really you outside the ring? No, you're probably the nicest person out there until you get pissed off, of course. But they're like, oh, JJ Hustle Slam. Come on, body slam me. You're like, no, I'm going to save that for ring. Oh, and then they're going to say something stupid. You're like, really, you're gonna use every technique in your therapy arsenal to back the person down up until, all right, it's go. And at that very last second, just before you headlock them and choke them out, you're like, this feels good, but this isn't right to do. This is not me.
Well, that's the difference between you and I. Is I don't necessarily care about the right thing to do. I call myself a neutrally nihilistic hedonist. I don't think.
Wow, those are big words.
No, I don't think life has any inherent meaning, so it's nihilism, but it's not really negative. It's just kind of a neutral statement of general meaninglessness.
Wow.
And hedonism suggests I just want to kind of feel good and do what's fun. It's under the umbrella like American Satanism. So as it pertains to the idea that's the wrong thing to do, I don't give a shit about that sort of thing. If it's somebody I don't like and I want them to be hurt, then I'll do it, and that feels like the right thing to do. I don't care about morality that way.
Wow, that's an interesting take. I do like that. Nihilism with a sense of no morality. That is almost like the perfect weapon out there.
I like to think so. Now, if you happen to have a little bit of a moral compass, meaning like gang members, no kids, no women, right? Then you can just let yourself be a little bit of a savage. And that's where I wanted to kind of bring in my point of perspective with your questions about jerking people off and smelling cum.
No.
And this other stuff. Be an animal. First and foremost, we're organic.
Okay, organic. I like that.
Skin-covered animals out here just humping each other and making cubs. If you want to sniff jizz, do it animalistically. You know what I mean? Do it off the floor.
Oh, wow. I did not expect that.
You know, wipe it on your face.
I did not expect
smell
that.
it for a week. I'm just saying there's no limit to what you could do if you just allow yourself to relax your sense of like civility.
Yeah. That's really helping my anger.
Okay, well, let's have your scenario, and then we'll see what Davison says about it.
I don't have one.
Yeah. I mean, you're angry all the time, so give us just your normal day of
You know what
anger.
does make me angry, though?
What?
Is clickbait. Every time they say, oh, so-and-so rocked the red carpet in this see-through dress. And then you're like, I'm not going to click on that because it's going to show me 15,000 pages of bullshit. And then you're still not going to see the picture. Or, what did Han Solo, how did he really feel about Luke Skywalker? And you're like, nope, I'm not going to click it because it's just going to take me through 50 pages of bullshit. And they're not going to tell us anything that's accurate whatsoever.
How often do you click it, though?
I don't anymore. I used to click it out. They used to always get me with the girls. They're like, oh, see this picture of Wonder Woman in 1976. And you're like, hell yeah. Yes, please. Nope. 50 pages later of nothing but bullshit and 500 uses of cooked corn. I don't care about that. I want to see Wonder Woman.
So in that scenario, are you angry that you've fallen for it, or are you angry because you desperately want to see Linda Evans and you can't find her?
Yes, I'm angry because I desperately want to see Linda Evans and I can't find her.
That second part.
Yes.
Well, there's Google. It doesn't take.
I was going to say, you
but
use Google.
But you know what they do is they'll show you a partial picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you try to Google that, but all that's going to come up is that partial picture. They gotcha, man. It's never perfect. I saw this one the other day. They're like, oh, we gave Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman to AI, and let's see this image they created. And you see part of it, and you're like, oh yeah, I want to see that image that they created. And then nothing, because now I won't even click on it. What I do is I read the comments. Click on the comments, and they're like, bunch of bullshit, 50 pages of all 500 uses of corn, and then they never show you the image. See, I'm like, oh, see, I knew it. This guy gets it, but this idiot clicked all the way through.
I feel like you're looking at some real specific overlap of like pornography and corn.
No, I understand where the Beaveman's coming from. Because if I open up my I check my messages, and even on Facebook, it's like they eject it into your feed. So it's like, I get the Wonder Woman thing. Look what's going on, or they little news stories like how to deal with your anger management in 50 different techniques, but they've got like a story behind each one. Instead of getting right to the fucking point, it's like, well, I want to go into how I preface this and now I've had a bad day. I'm like, no, I already know you had a bad day. That's why I'm here, because it's anger therapy. Tell me the technique I need to know.
I'm starting to wonder if your anger, both of you, is that you don't know how to use the internet effectively.
Well, that could be.
Or Ronz does not. No, when you said that, I was just like, yeah, I totally agree with that. But you must be getting my feed, Ronz.
I must be.
You must be getting the same feed. Are you getting a bunch of little people wearing bikinis?
Yes, I am.
Oh, somehow Ronz has tapped into my feed. It's not
How
porn. It's on
old are those
Facebook.
little people?
It's on Facebook. Huh?
Adult little people.
No little people. Dwarves.
Oh, I mean, we just said little. I was just checking.
No, like midgets.
Jesus, I already got yelled at
Small
for calling them
adults.
midgets. So what is right? If I say little people, I thought it was little people.
Little people.
Yes.
Like under 4 foot tall people.
Is that what distinguishes
I don't know.
a midget
Is it
or not?
I don't know. Is it under 4 foot? I think it's under 4 foot.
I thought there were distinctions between. I don't know if we use midget anymore. Isn't there?
No,
like,
I don't. Yeah.
So one individual has like a standard size torso with short arms and legs. There's another that has everything is like proportional, but just much smaller. But I can't remember which is which.
Can I call them wee folk?
Wee folk.
Wee folk. I
What
think
are
that's
you
what they're
living in
calling them in.
Scotland?
That's what they call them in Ireland.
So this is my news feed right here, or I'm checking my Facebook
Okay.
page just to show you. One and done people who left their job on their first day, right?
Oh, well, maybe
And
that's
so
just subliminal messages telling you that it's time to find a new career.
That's called suggestive sales. They
Oh,
suggest you get the
okay.
fuck out of Dodge. You're always mad at your
Yeah.
job.
So,
but you're getting plenty of stuff like click on this and you can see Sandra Bullock dressed as Catwoman. There you get
whoa! I haven't got that. I need that one.
Oh, well, that was a good one.
Did you click it?
No, it didn't show.
No.
It just showed a still.
Oh.
I was like, hell yeah, see Sandra Bullock, Catwoman. Okay, well, we can't just sit here while you look at your feed there, Ron.
Yeah.
Oh, well, sorry. I was just looking at the news feed. Anyway, yeah, I get stuff like that all the time. I know. I get
tremendous
stuff
radio.
Does that anger you, Beefman, when Ronz is not engaged in the podcast and he's playing on his phone?
Oh, it does. And then I just made
It
a noise
does.
into the microphone. That angers me also.
Yeah.
But see,
that's fine.
sometimes you really want to annoy the Beatman just because he needs that therapy. He needs someone to be someone to yell at, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure as Davison, as a therapist, it's like someone sits on your couch and like, what do you want to talk about? Do you want to yell? Do you want to scream? They're like, no, I want to repress it and hold it in until I just blow up. Do they ever do that?
I encourage people to treat their emotions the way they do everything else. So like
nihilistically?
Well, reflexively. So I don't ask if I should cough. If I have to cough, I cough. I don't ask if I should fart. If I have gas, if I have to fart, I fart. If you have to cry, you should. Your body's trying to. If you want to scream at somebody, I think you should in certain situations. If you're feeling violent tendencies, that's where I come back to the animal component. Don't bite.
Yeah, but you shouldn't act out those violent tendencies. I mean, you talk about them, but you shouldn't act out them, should you?
It depends on the situation and the person and their personal goals. You know, if they have long-term goals that include not being in jail, then they should exclude certain choices.
I was going to say that sounds more anarchist versus nihilistic
It's
or savage.
Savage. That's the word. That's the word. Animalistic.
Animalistic, savage. I like those words. Those are really good words.
Organic.
Organic. So when you step into the ring, are you that savage? Do you ever go savage like that?
Ooh, artisanal.
Try to.
Artisanal. Yes, you are artisanal savagery.
I will say this. I honestly identified a streak within myself that is more than a little sadistic.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Judging by the ink on you, I think you can handle the pain tolerance for being a sadist.
Well, yeah, I don't like that part. I don't get tattoos anymore because it sucks. It hurts. I don't like being hurt. I like having tattoos. But I realized that, yeah, I like watching Jackass. I like watching kids fall off bikes. I laugh when Tom Segura broke his leg trying to slam dunk. Like all that stuff. I'm mean naturally.
So you don't bring that into the session, do you? As a therapist, you're like, I really don't care about your life. I just find it hilarious.
I've been known to say that.
Yeah, you're being raw. I like that.
I tell them I'm not judging you. And frankly, I'm not saying this to be mean. I don't care. Like, I hope you do well, but if you don't want to apply yourself and your life sucks, that's on you. I don't care.
Oh. How many people do you give that wake-up call?
90%.
Wow.
I mean, don't you think that people need a reality check? That a lot of people live in their own freaking
some fucking
fantasy.
don't even cash it because it'll bounce.
Well, classic therapy was sitting in a room and staring at somebody and hoping eventually they say the right thing so you can go, ah. And then they follow that for a year or 5 or whatever it is. I'm a more directive person. Like, as a philosophy minor, I worked in substance abuse. I worked with, like, you name it. Like, I'm a directive clinician. I tell people, if you want to solve your problems, that's what we're going to do here. If you want to complain, that's fine. If you want to just kind of putz around, that's fine. I'll refer you to somebody who will just kind of listen to you for 3 or 4 or 5 years. I'm action oriented. So let's fix this thing. And if that means getting mad, then get mad and we'll process it. If it means you want to be violent, we'll figure out a way for you to be violent that doesn't get you in jail. Let's just process your shit in whatever way possible and let you go keep being a civilized animal.
So is that how you view everybody as an animal that needs therapy?
Yes.
Probably not just everybody who needs therapy. Everybody, right?
Everybody.
Well, everybody that's not just everybody. Can you explain that?
You said everybody who needs therapy. I mean, and I think it's everybody in general, not just the people who need therapy. Like, why are we separating them?
Yeah. I would argue that the people who need the most therapy are the ones who aren't recognizing what I'm saying, which is that we have a mean streak. For example, when I got mad about that company thing happening, I felt best when I finally got revenge.
And how did you get revenge?
By publicly humiliating them.
Oh, there you go. And once again, I think you'd make a great dominatrix, DJ Hustle Slut.
I'll take it under advisement.
All right. Well, now that the old man has rambled on for the better part of an hour.
Yes, I have.
That's all right.
And
Do you feel any better now, Ronz?
No, I don't.
What kind of fucking therapy was that then, Ronz?
I feel better. I laughed a lot.
Yeah, see, that was therapy for us. Thanks, Ronz.
Oh, well, you're most appreciative. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for that. We appreciate it. All right then. Well, I think that's pretty much it.
Dang,
went by fast.
I wanted it to be funnier, but he wasn't.
Oh, it was. You got to watch the Beaveman laugh his ass off.
Yeah.
By
that time then, I'm just gonna say adios, much fuckos, and
Wait, I want to have one more story.
Holy fucking
what?
shit.
Jesus. So Davis and I were talking, and yeah, we were chatting before, and we were talking about.
Davison, I like how you go into your therapy mode. Your hands come up like this, right? For those who aren't looking, hand comes up. She puts them in front of her face, and it's like, okay, so
listen to me. It's my turn to talk. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So, anyways, Davis and I were chatting, and Ron didn't make it super cringy, but we were talking about the weirdest thing she might have ever heard being a trans person. Remember our conversation about dating?
About what? Dating?
Dating, yeah, and your online experience.
Oh.
Which? Oh, that one? The one with the guy?
That one, yeah, the guy.
How deep do you want me to go into this?
You can go as deep as you want. Ronz likes it deep.
Yeah. Okay, I get it.
Okay, Ronz,
Yes.
humor me.
Yes.
I hope I've given you the impression that I like to waltz through life with my windows open, looking for interesting opportunities.
As should we all.
I was on the Bumble dating app one day, and there was a gentleman, and I don't remember how we got into this conversation, but he wound up admitting that he really wanted to dedicate his entire life to being a sex slave.
Okay.
His entire life. And we're talking about like the rubber bodysuit and the gimp mask and like living in a foot locker and like only coming out when the person wants you to. He was ready.
A total submissive.
Completely and utterly.
Okay.
And I was at the height of my like sadism at the time, so I was taking it kind of seriously. I was like, I hadn't considered a life with a slave.
Wow. Okay.
Until this very moment, but I'm seriously considering this. And I even started talking to some of my friends. I was like, "How if you come by the house and I've got like a human footstool, this is just a new thing I'm into for a while." And we had multiple conversations, and I even started trying to test him to see like how serious he was. And I would say things that I thought were outlandish that he would never ever agree to, and then he would just go, "Oh my God, this is hot. I want it even more." And I was like, "Oh shit, I think I'm really committing myself to something here."
So you were afraid of the commitment. It sounds like this guy was totally committed to you, and he was willing to make that commitment, and you stepped up to the line. I'm like, okay, I'll push, and push comes to shove. You weren't ready for the reaction of what was going to happen.
No, I found the whole thing to be really entertaining and interesting, but as soon as I realized it could be a reality, I was like, the reality is not nearly as interesting as thinking about this, from an abstract.
So it's more fantasy than reality. I mean, when you turn a fantasy into reality, it sometimes it loses its lackluster, right? Because as you approach this, you're like, wow, I can really do this. And then when you actually get this, you're like, okay, it's not what I expected. So if you actually step over the line, and we'll just say it's a line
into the box,
is it going to be everything you expected? And if it is, can you push the boundaries on that?
My question was, where's the exit strategy? I don't want to do this forever. And like, if this guy does this, he's giving up his job. I think in fact, I remember now, I told him like, you're going to sign over ownership of all your stuff to me. I'll own your house. I'll have your money. I can determine what to do with your clothes and things. Those are mine now. Like I was really walking down this road of like,
wow,
real domination. And he was all for it. And then I finally started saying things like, maybe I'll turn you into my own plaything. Maybe I'll give you hormones. Maybe I'll everything I could think of to be like, I am controlling your life and will turn you into somebody completely different. And he was like, yes. And I was finally like, okay, you win. Like,
bring it, bitch.
So did that scare you in the sense that you would have that complete control over another human being?
No, not at all. It felt like an inconvenience that I would eventually get bored and then have to figure out what to do with this poor putz who giving his whole life away 3 weeks ago.
So it's more out of boredom than it is convenience. You were like, okay, it's sort of like a play toy. It's like, okay, you play with the toy, then you put it away. You're like, it's going to sit on the shelf gathering dust until you get bored again.
And that was the recognition I made, because the real version of that would be he's collecting dust in a Foot Locker. And if I get bored and forget, I'm now guilty of all kinds of crimes.
So, it's like, what's that weird smell coming from the box? Oh, my God. I haven't fed this guy in a month. Hope he's okay.
And that's not exciting or interesting at that point.
Yeah.
So, it was almost like that thing in Footloose where they were like racing at each other in the tractors, and then finally one jumped off. I jumped off. I'm like, I don't want to play this game anymore.
So how quickly would you have gotten bored?
Say it again.
How quickly would you have gotten bored?
Me? It wouldn't take very long. Probably about a week.
Yeah.
Probably.
So why don't you try it for a week to see?
Yeah, but then how could she go back?
Yeah, an exit strategy.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If this guy's really going to commit himself and all that, a week is a long time. His job's gone. His relationships have been forsaken. I've already signed off selling his property. I've already spent that money.
Wow.
Where's he going to go?
So why not try So why not just try it on the weekend? Just give up most of the control. It doesn't have to sign anything over, but try it on the weekend. It's like, okay, this is how.
Are you
You got.
volunteering? I mean,
Ronz wants
No,
to
I'm not
go.
volunteering.
I want to go in the box.
No,
I
it's
mean,
so
I know
like
you spend time in the barrel, but you don't need to be
Yeah,
in
get
a
in the
box
box.
too.
What was that in Pulp Fiction? Man, I just put the gimp to sleep.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah.
So why not try this on a limited trial basis that your gimp, whatever, comes over for a weekend. I'm like, okay, we're going to try it on the weekend and you're going to give me complete control.
No,
Everything.
the answer is because I don't even want it.
You were bored before it came to
You
fruition.
seem pretty interested in it, Ronz. And
Ronz
I feel like
now
Davison has already said that. Yeah, I wasn't interested. And
okay, no, you're right.
I some alternatives, and it's a little disturbing.
I was
I
a
understand.
little worried for you there.
I was just living my life, and all of a sudden, this opportunity fell in my lap, and I looked at it and entertained it for a minute. And I was like, "This isn't anything I want. This is just something that fell in my lap that looks interesting and entertaining."
Understood.
He might be somewhere working on a weekend visitation plan to slowly slide into full submission, but I don't care about any of that.
It's kind of like, people in their dumb fantasies where, I remember this girl telling me once that she really wanted to have sex in Jell-O because that would be super hot. And I was like, clearly you've never had sex before because you definitely don't want to have sex in Jell-O because then it doesn't last that long, first of all. And then you got all this Jell-O and you got to clean it up. I'm like, trust me.
He's not cute.
Yeah. I'm like, clearly you've never had sex because you wouldn't want to have sex in Jell-O.
Okay.
That's a good litmus test. Ronz, would you like to have sex in Jell-O?
Yes, I would.
With a partner?
Virgin.
Virgin.
Well, if I have to include a partner, I guess, with a partner would sound good.
Yeah, why would you? Jell-O? No.
What color Jell-O, though? Does it matter?
Green.
He's going with green. I knew he was going to pick green.
That's trouble.
Green's the most common color, I guess, of Jell-O, some people would say.
Plus, he's Irish.
What the fuck?
Well, you know what? You went to green. I went to green.
I went to green for you. I was like, he's going to pick green.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, he's going to make a mistake. He'll probably choose green.
Why? Is there some sort of psychological advantage of not going to green?
Just orange and red taste better for most people. Like green's
not the most common Jell-O, Ronz.
It's like saying white Lifesavers are my favorite. The white ones. What?
Oh, okay.
Nobody likes that.
Okay.
Sorry, Ronz.
No, that's quite okay.
He's like, I'll take the white one.
Okay, let me ask Davison this question: which would it have been more weird had he picked green or had he picked yellow?
Oh, yellow would have been way weirder.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. I'm like, I can't. That wouldn't even have popped into my head.
What is that? Like pineapple? What is that?
I don't think it's a flavor. Is it?
Lemon.
Yeah, the flavor is Jell-O.
Who the fuck would eat lemon Jell-O? I want something that tastes like chewy Pledge.
Yeah, I can just huff Pledge. Why would
Exactly.
Huff some Pledge. Ronz, are you done asking your questions and dragging it out?
I dragged it out this time, but I really wanted to hear that.
No, but he started rambling on again, so I was.
He did.
It's like, how many more?
No, I'm good.
What will be the other scenarios? Since you seem to be really pushing the GIMP thing, trying to tell Davison, you basically, Davison, he's saying you made a mistake. It's what I'm getting. It's what I'm getting from it.
No. If this is where Davison wants to go with it,
opportunity. Missed the golden opportunity.
Well, it wasn't even her idea. It was the dude's idea. She just entertained it.
The sense I get was that Ronz was being supportive to me, saying, "Don't give up on your dreams."
Yeah.
You might find a limited engagement with a slave, and I'm like, it was never my plan. It was his plan. But I think it's very thoughtful of you to try to facilitate that. It's very nice of you.
See, I misunderstood because I'm angry and a pessimist.
I was being angry and being an optimist.
I didn't realize.
Don't give up on it.
I didn't realize he was being supportive. I apologize.
So, Beaveman, if you and Swan...
Yeah.
Amazing. Every word of what you just said was wrong.
I apologize.
If I delivered an adult large spandex suit to your house with a GIMP mask, which of the two of you would be most likely to wear it?
I don't think I would look good in me.
I don't... In you? In you? I said in him.
I heard that too.
I know in me, but I meant on me because I got fat rolls and it doesn't work. It's terrible.
I don't think I'd wear it because I don't want to be out of control.
You mean you don't want to be out of control?
Like, I don't want to be the one locked in the box. No.
She didn't say you had to do any of that. She just said, would you wear it? Which one of you would wear it? No one said
Well,
you had to
I
be.
didn't-
I was implying
Yeah.
the box. But
Yeah, she was saying who was going to be in the box.
Hmm.
Pretty sure not me.
No.
which of you are going to be Gwyneth Paltrow's head?
In the
box?
box? No, I don't want
Or
to be in
just
the
going for the
box.
outfit itself. It seems so hot.
Yeah, probably.
Like Jello.
Sweaty.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
All right. Well, I'm going to attempt it again. I'm going to attempt to say adios from the Beaveman while the Swan does her stuff. But first, I got to say, shout out to JD Hutchins of the Monsters Lair, the Dark Lord of Browntown. That was it. That's all.
That's all you got? I'm just going to say bye from the Swan.
You don't have promotions to do, Swan.
No,
That's
because
kinda
I
your
feel
job.
you want that. Oh, now? I thought that was going to be after.
After what?
Like, I didn't know when this was going to be released. So,
what are you talking about?
what are you talking about? So, you want me to do?
No, you're right. No, you're right. You're absolutely right, Swan.
So, Davison, do you do couples therapy
You're
as
right.
well?
You are correct. Swan, you are correct. You are correct. We have nothing to promote.
We don't. We have nothing to promote. Let's let Ronz do it.
Rods,
No.
I like group situations to answer your question. Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you.
All right. Well, I have nothing to promote. Watch.
Davison, what do you
Watch
have
Welcome
anything
to
to
Wrexham. There you go.
Davison, do you have anything to promote? Any wrestling, anything like that in your life coming up?
I have a lot of things coming up. Thanks for asking. Throughout the next couple of months, if you check my social media, you could see me performing in Cleveland on Wednesday the 31st. You can see me in Owasso, Michigan on Friday and Saturday, June the 2nd and 3rd.
And how do we follow you?
You have to turn on a computer or a phone. You look up my name.
And what name would that be?
Davison Sarai.
Okay.
That's my name on all the platforms. So I got a YouTube
Okay.
channel, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter accounts, TikTok channel. I'm popular enough now that if you put my name in Davison Sarai, I'll be the one that comes up. And you'll find my Psychology Today ad, which is pretty fun.
Whoa.
Yep.
Look at the big brain on you.
Hey, Kahuna Burger, motherfucker.
There we go.
So yeah, I got stuff all the way through August. Just find me online and you can come and enjoy my company.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. And of course, B-Man, we've got coming up, we've got Mike Mateo coming.
Nope. This podcast comes out after that's already over.
Oh, okay. Well then.
See? Bye from the Swan.
Was that you already said bye?
I was just reiterating in
So-
case you are editing this and you crop something out. I was just giving, I was saying goodbye again.
A big shout out from me, and it goes really, really deep to Carrie, Megan, the Beaveman, the Swan, Tremonde, Mike Cateo, Davison, you too as well. Thanks for being so supportive, and this is really, really cool for me. A lot of shit has come down the pike. I'll explain later, as I said. But thank you guys for allowing me to vent, and to some of my coworkers I work out there. You guys are super cool, and don't forget to come up and say hi to us, because if you're going to be, and I know this is going to come out after Pride Fest, but if you see the Beaveman or me or the Swan, or for that Davison or Mike Cateo or Tremonde, come up and say hi to us. Right? You might get an autograph. You might get a selfie with us. Right? So say hi to us.
Inflated.
Yeah, I have an inflated ego.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how the JJ works.
Yeah,
It's true. He doesn't.
Also. All right, then. Are you done now, Ronz? Is it all done?
Yeah, stay sane, motherfuckers. It's gonna get a fucking crazy out there.